Hello and welcome back to an iOS developer stream today, and we are going to cover what, Jonas?
Yes, so today we will take a look at the new dynamic island thingy uh, that were added to the new iPhone Pros. Yeah, we thought it would be interesting to just look a bit how this can be set up, what you can do, how it works in general, and just talk a bit about it. Yeah, and I think we can directly dive into it.
Um,
Yeah, this one. Perfect. Oh, we have still our follower count, I see in the top right corner. There.
ooh.
Let's see if we can get to 100 this time. I haven't checked if it's working, so I'm not sure. But if it is in the way, we can also hide it. And you're a bit blurry. Now it's fixed. Okay. So what I've opened here to start with is the live activities entry in the human interface guideline by Apple, because I just wanted to check what Apple says about it and how it looks, and start from that side, and then see how we can work with it. So basically, the dynamic island is a live activity, which is shown when the phone is not locked. So I'm not sure if it's also possible in lock screen, but the live activity in general is either in the lock screen, then it's at the bottom, or in the dynamic island. At least that's how you configure it. We will see later how the API works for this. And what you can do, let's see. Yeah, so there are different areas that you can access when you write a view for it. So there's the leading side. It's to the left of the sensors, basically, and the trailing side. And then there is the like here it's called minimal. I'm not sure what the API is, if it's also minimal there, or if it's like wrong button. If it is compact or something, but it's basically means you have the compact is this here, right? So compact means it's like collapsed, but you have a bit more space. And then if you can have multiple apps using this at the same time, and then you get it is stacked next to each other, basically. I think it's only two. I'm not sure how. So the system picks which are shown, maybe the ones that were updated the last or so. But basically, then you have this minimal, very tiny circle area where you can show stuff, and not leading and trailing. So it's just this one thing.
Just leading, okay.
Yeah, or detached like this here. So if you have two apps, then you just have this small thing. And if you long press on
Just go back. So the only thing you will program, we have to take care of as a developer, is to make sure that if it's compact, then we have to probably show an icon plus some little information. If it's minimal, then just the icon, or just something really small, right? That's all we have to, like, we have to define the different layouts.
Exactly. So
Okay.
you provide different views, actually. We will see when we come
Okay.
to the code for these different types of the view.
Okay. So it's basically a little bit like the constraint layout with size classes.
Yes, but you don't have to take care of this. You just specify the different views.
Okay, perfect.
So the check for the size is done by the system. So, and if you tap and hold the dynamic island, it expands to this state. And there's much more space. I'm not sure if it's in here as well. Let me quickly scroll down if it's here. No. Maybe see this, but I guess it's the same as that I have open here. Yes, so this is what I have open here. So I will show this in code, but I will quickly scroll down to an area that I want to show. I think it was in here. Yes. So this is the expanded view, which is again divided into different areas where you can put stuff. And you have, if you want to have something at the bottom, you can put it there. You have leading and trailing again, and if you want to center something.
So you don't have a whole view, you only have different, like small parts of it.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can also have just, I think in this example, it's just leading and trailing. So this would also work. But if you, for example, want to have something always centered, like a countdown or whatever, or the music player controls, I could imagine would be something you put in center, so that it, then the system makes sure to layout it that it stays in center.
Nice.
And if you make your content too big, the system will just cut it. So it will not get huge and yeah. And what let me quickly do. If content is too wide to be in the leading position next to this, used to below if too wide modifier. That's interesting. So you can, if it's leading and would reach into this area, if you specify this, it would then go completely down to be below it.
Okay.
And not behind it or so. We can play around with this later.
Nice.
Okay. So this is in general how it works in UI wise. Let's jump into code, I think, with this. And we just create a new app. And we call it the island. I don't know. And yeah, do this. I'm thinking, yeah, so now let's do it like this first. Okay, go Swift UI. We don't need tests this time. Go next. So then maybe not sure if there's something on it that shouldn't be shown. I cannot hide it. Okay, and it should be all good. It just was just Minecraft and Xcode beta. I think it's all good. But just to be sure, let's put it to the desktop. Nope. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I put it down in the downloads folder, but
best place.
Anyway, okay, so this is just a normal app. Let's choose the Pro Max, so the full screen size. Preparing simulator, let's wait a bit, but in general it's just a basic app template to start with. And in the end, the dynamic island is like a widget. It has the same setup, is the same thing. You say widget and create a widget extension. And then you have here the check mark include live activity. And we can say the island, maybe just widgets. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking at the bundle identifier. This way it makes the most sense. Oh, we have a subscription.
Ooh.
From Where's My Espresso?
Nice, 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So we do this live activity checkbox. Go finish. Yes. Okay. So now we have this extension widgets. And what is basically in there, it has already this widget bundle where you specify with the widgets that are offered, automatically generated. And it has normal widgets, which is part of the template, and widgets live activity. I will not go into this widget thing here. That's normal widget thing, which you tried to show before and it didn't work, and I don't know, so somehow it is here. But for today, so we can maybe make a different stream about the normal widgets at some point. But today we will focus at the widgets live activity. And before I go into the basic setup, just because we already talked about it, here you see the different.
Can you increase the font a little bit?
I try to. So
Perfect.
Maybe mute my watch. Good. So here you see it's basically all in one big thing. Obviously, you can split it out to helper functions, but you have this activity configuration, and have here the view that is shown in the lock screen. That goes in here.
Okay.
And then you have the dynamic island property, where you put a dynamic island in. And in there you specify the content for the expanded view. And there you have the different regions where you can put stuff into. The leading, trailing, bottom, the big thing. And then this here is just where your view goes to for the different areas. And then you have an extra view for compact leading, compact trailing, and minimal.
Oh, okay.
And you just put the different scenarios or views in here to set it up. And down here you can specify the URL, which is sent back to the app when you tap it.
Ah, okay. So it's not OpenUL. It's actually opening in the app itself.
Yes. So this is the URL which gets back to the app if you say. So like if you tap a notification, you also get the deep link or URL in, and there you have the same.
Okay.
And so if you have different live activity widgets that you can, so how it works, you start these from inside the app later.
Okay.
So it's not the user adding it, so you start it from the app context, then you can start different widgets and have different callback URLs. And then there's this thing up here, and this type activity attributes that is used to create this activity configuration. And it's split into two different things. So there's the normal properties. These you can, if you want to start the dynamic island, you initialize this with a value, and then it's fixed for the whole time. For example, if you give every instance you start an ID or so, you can put it here and it never changes over time. And then you have the content state struct within the attributes. This is actually defined in the protocol to have this.
Content state, okay.
So you have to have it. And this is data that can change over time. So the state, basically. So
that is something sent from the app, or in general, just to the live activity.
So this is how the live activity updates, basically.
Okay.
And it can be sent from the app. And this is what you get here in context. So the context is basically it's a bit more, but it has the attributes in it.
Okay. So you can ask for it and then
display
it somehow.
You could say here, for example, hello, and then put in context, and then attributes, and name, which is this.
Okay.
And then maybe you can put the the values from here, which is in state, then you have the value.
Okay.
And so this one will never change. It's just the normal attributes that you can customize the values when you initialize it. And this is what can change over time.
Okay.
So if you have all static, you would have this empty and all here. And if you have stuff changing over time, you can put it in here.
And you can, of course, add more to each section.
Yeah, that's just an example of how it's generated. And yeah, so like it is sent in here, the context, it's also in the dynamic island, the context. So we could do the same thing. If I copy this and maybe put here spanned region. We can also do the center thing that we have seen. There's also priority where you can, if not everything fits in, the one with the high priority is used. But for now we will ignore this, and do this text also in the center of the expanded activity. Yeah, and this is basically you define it. So that's just how it is in the example. But because you specified here the type, it's always your type, basically.
Okay.
The thing so when I tried it, these attributes need to be visible by the widget and by the app.
Okay.
Because the app uses it to create the live activity. So you need to be able to construct it. And how I then in the end solved it is by putting this into its own file and just make it available in both targets. They both know it. Because I tried.
It's not default?
No. Because I tried first to maybe that's a better solution. But first I tried to just make it public. But then you have to import the widget in the app or the other way around. I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah.
And the easiest way was to just have like a new file. I call it widget attributes, and then take this, put it in here, and give it both.
Okay.
So and then both can access. Yeah, I need to import. Wasn't it live activity? Let me.
Activity kit.
Widget kit. Activity kit. Yeah. So it's inside activity kit. So I just moved it from here to the other, and it should still work here. If I build the widget extension, it works.
Why wouldn't this be the default? I thought you want
the template.
Yeah, I thought you want. Okay, because I don't know why it wouldn't be the default, because you wanted to. You want both sides to be.
I'm not sure if Xcode templates support this.
Yeah, yes, they don't. Probably not. Okay. Get it.
I'm not sure. So from the dependencies, if I check here, so this has the widget extension in. But then again, to be able to use it, all this needs to be public, which is also not generated like this.
Yeah.
And all the examples are just having this content state public and the rest not. And I don't know why. So if I go to the documentation, if you check this example here, it's exactly the same thing, just with more data. So maybe it's back in the template, or it's still beta. So let's go with that. So we keep this like so, and now it comes to how to show it. basically, right? So we have a first version configured with the template. But if I would start the app now, I mean, you can do that. So wait a second for the simulator to start. Obviously nothing happens because the live activity isn't something that you add like the widget here. It works with the widgets. So perfect. It's something that goes into the app. I know why it worked, because I started the widget. And now, so if I tap it, it opens the app. But there's no.
But now you have to
So
activate.
this here is a dynamic island, and I can tap it, but there's nothing happening because there's nothing in it.
Okay.
So I started the wrong thing. So start the only the app target. But it's the same. It's just the app with the hello world example and nothing.
Okay.
And also, if I go here and try to press and hold and see if I can find it somewhere or so, that's not how it works. So what you do, you need some trigger to start it. And for now, I would just maybe a button start. Live
Love activity.
Kann man auch mal. Wir müssen ja die Kategorie wechseln wahrscheinlich. Okay, jetzt haben wir den Button da.
In English?
Oh, sorry. How did that happen? Yeah, sorry. But just was the sentence, right? Or was it already before?
No.
Strange how the brain works. Okay. Now we have the button, and it needs to do something.
Okay.
So, and what we need now is the activity kit again. And in the activity kit, I just put it now in here because for simplicity reason. Obviously, in a real app, you would not directly put the code in the button, but just want to trigger the activity. And you get the activity by requesting it. So just activity, a request. And then you can I maybe make this bigger and hide this and
Command 0. Or that way.
So, so the activity needs the request, two things. You put in
So this would be the same request you say you do for push notifications and Bluetooth and all this stuff, right?
No, it's different. It's like this gives you the live activity. This creates it for you.
Okay.
And I think it's called request because if you do it maybe on a phone that doesn't have it, it returns an error. Or if you you can only start in a certain amount of live activities, and maybe other apps already started enough and you are not allowed to. So what you do is you need to try it so it can throw an error. Can also check this. And
that's a cool feature with the new Xcode. When you close the parentheses, then everything inside the parentheses will indent correctly. Yeah.
Print the error. So the error is implicit. There's a parameter there. And now I need to provide attributes and a content state. And if you look at this looks like this.
Attributes, okay.
As attributes, maybe I do it this way, then it's a bit better readable. We put in the widget attributes that we defined before and have the name, the static one. Let's say, hello? No. Let's take Moritz. Morty. Okay.
Morty.
So Moritz. And we need the initial state basically, where yeah, so initial because it can update later with different content. So there we go with the widget attributes dot content state and put for start the value 1. So, and now if this works, I have the activity and it's already started. So I don't have to start it or anything. It's then if it works, it started. So if
okay.
it's started now, yeah, I'm not using it. That's why it's complaining here. And if I start it, it didn't work. That was on purpose. It was on purpose. So
you got an error,
there's some
error.
I can try to, but I think I'm not sure if this helps. Yeah, helpful. So
more helpful than the last one, yeah.
The reason why it is not working is because you need to tell the app that the app is supporting live activity.
Okay.
If you don't do this, this happens. And
well, at least it's not crashing.
No, it's not crashing, but it's not really helping, and you always get this error. So we can make later, if it works, spam a lot of different activities, and then maybe it's error 0. I don't know, but it's like not that helpful yet. Maybe it will be improved how the output is of this error. So what we need is in the app target, and that's important because first time I tried it, I put it to the widget. And the info field is there, but the app needs to specify that it is supported. So if I add another entry here in the info tab, and then scroll down to supports live activity. Here it is.
Okay.
So you just select this one and select yes. So that means this app can do live activity. And now if we tap it, nothing happens. But also, no error message.
No error message, nice.
Because nothing happens means you don't see it in the app because the dynamic island content is only shown if the app is in the background.
Okay.
So if I go into the background now, we have now L and T. If I go back to this here, so you see it's now compact leading, compact trailing, L and T. And if I press and hold, we have leading and trailing, these two. We have bottom, which is this view, and we have Hello Moritz 1, and I forgot to close the fix this correctly. So this also worked. We have the 1 in there. And if I tap again, it outside it minimizes automatically. Also, this animation all is automatic.
But that's not a single tab. That's tap and hold, right?
Tap and hold opens it.
Okay.
And
single tab's open.
Single tab is open it.
Okay.
And then it disappears. So then you don't see it anymore. So if you have the app open, it doesn't show the live activity that relates to this. To this app.
Makes sense. Same as notifications.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if I press the button again now, I just start another live activity. So one app can have multiple live activities.
Nice.
So I have now 2 with the minimum or minimal style. So they have the view here and the view on the left side of it. And if I tap it, it opens the app.
Okay.
And if I, for example, what we can try, let's say we go into, we want to put the value into here, into this URL thingy. So maybe let's do simple like this. Context value, no, state value. So this is also inside this dynamic island closure. So I have still access to the context.
Okay.
So I can, each island that you give out can depend on the value here.
Okay.
And also so this means also this URL can be updated. if you do it that way. If you change the number, maybe let's do it, put the name in there. And then maybe go here and just do names. Oh, it's the English keyword. Jonas, Timo, Andreas, Christian.
Don't forget Stefan.
Okay. Stefan. Okay. Like
Perfect.
this? No?
No.
Because
You're missing equal sign.
I like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we can do like how do I do that? Can I do state? No, how do I let's fake it like let index 0, and then every time I press I use names index and index go one higher. Why is it not working?
Because it's a let and it's outside your struct.
The outside doesn't matter, it's a global then, but let is correct. That was
okay, that's intentional. Okay.
Inside it, because it's a struct, it would lose it on every update, and you would need state or something like this. And this it's just for it's also not safe. If I press too often, it will. Maybe you can do it a bit safer and say index plus 1 names count. That way it will loop.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. So first press and then second press. Let's check this first. So now I should have 2. If I expand this, it should be Moritz. And if I expand this, it should be Jonas. It's working.
Nice.
So and if I open more, you can now check which one it will display, right? Because as I said, it's only 2. Let's see. It's still Moritz.
Moritz, yeah.
And it's still Jonas. So the other ones
so
that came
the
later,
important people.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah. So and there's no swiping or anything where you can
Okay.
just go to the next one or so. It's like it looks a bit broken, to be honest.
No,
now
we have Timo. Maybe you can.
Or it's cycling through it. Now it's Andreas. Interesting. What happened now?
I think you close all the others. Could that be?
You can close?
I guess so.
Maybe
because
you can
now
swipe it away. Yeah, now let's try it again. Dup. So I have I have Stefan.
Stefan, okay.
And if I press again, it's still Stefan. If I take it on, how do I close it?
Can you swipe it? I think you can only swipe the left one.
This one.
Yeah. So that's Christian. Okay. Let's go back and can you swipe it to the left? Okay, now there was an animation.
Yeah, it need to be fast. It's not really
okay. Yeah.
that intuitive. Yeah, now it's at the beginning, and if I do this, yeah, it looks strange. But can I do maybe this?
Can you switch the colors, or do they have to be blank?
This you cannot change. It's always
so
black.
we could have a symbol which might be a different color for the name, and then we might see actually which one we'll see, right?
I mean, you could. I mean, right now it's just min and
Yeah.
L and T.
Yeah.
We can also put the first characters first characters in. But
Okay.
the thing I wanted to show. So first that you can have multiple ones, And if you want, if you're interested in the URL, you can just on open URL. So there you get the URL in that was tapped. It's for all URLs that open the app, obviously. But we can then here put the
Print the
URL.
URL.
And then if we start it 2 times maybe, and then I tap on this one, it opens the app with that URL.
Nice.
And if I go back and tap the other one, it opens it with this URL.
Nice.
So that's how you can then know which one was tapped if you come back. And then what I didn't show, if I lock the phone, lock, we have here the lock screen template. So this one is the one here at the top.
Ah, okay. It looks like it's broken somehow, no?
No, I think it's just how this view is set up. Maybe we add some heading.
Okay. Okay.
Command L it was. No. I have to start it first. Start it. So now it has padding.
Nice. Okay.
And
turn off. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what this is. Maybe if I press turn off, and then check the settings. So every app that uses it has this live activities toggle.
Ah, okay. So that's something like the focus mode.
Yeah, it's like a permission, but you're not asked for it. You can just use it. But if you then get annoyed in the lock screen, you can turn it off.
Okay.
And now if I try to start it, we get another error again.
Okay.
The same one.
Same one.
Awesome, right? And then it does not work anymore. So no more island.
No more island.
But if I enable it again, and go back, then you can use it again.
Nice.
So there's this activity background tint color on this one. This worked. So if I do it like red, and start it again and lock it again, then it has this.
Ah, okay.
What I didn't really manage to and it's I think it's different than to the VStack background. That would be then maybe not with the round corners or something. I don't know. So it's the whole activity thing, but it's only for the lock screen one.
Can this be bigger? Like
yes.
higher? Okay.
Yes. I mean, we can do like
just copy paste. Okay, but I guess there's a max height for it. Sure. Okay.
So
nice. Okay.
So this works, and you have the same access to the static and the state changes.
Okay. Can you interact with it other than just open the app?
No, you can just open the app.
Okay.
I don't know what happens if you put a button in there. I mean, in the end, it's a view. Button. Test. Still opens the.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't see any feedback that it's pressable. Can try print test. Don't know if anything came out.
No.
No, nothing. So you can use it for layouting the UI, but no interaction.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, there's this wrong button. There's this other thing here, the keyline tint, which says set the keyline tint color of the live activity that appears in the dynamic island. And the returns to configuration object. Yeah, okay, this is but the tint color to use, and it's put to red. Yeah, in the default template. But nothing is red here.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what this influences. Maybe we could try if we put a button here.
Does text have tint color?
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's blue. So
interesting.
I don't know really what it is for what
So
it's
it
used.
sounds like keyline tint.
And so it has no effect. So if I set it to yellow, it's still nothing is yellow.
Okay,
So I'm not sure how this works.
Okay.
So I couldn't find out this one. Could also try what happens if we have a v-stack in here, for example. If it goes bigger, what happens? Yeah, it goes bigger.
Okay.
So you have tries to make it fit, but the center is not centered. So it's only this way centered, not the other way centered.
Okay.
I think if it's small enough, or if it works, it centers is in both directions maybe. But if it's like this, then not.
If it's too big, will it scroll or will it just cut off?
Let's try out. Too many arguments. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Counting in German. 5.
And you can't scroll, right?
No.
So
you have to make sure it fits into it.
Oh, okay. You pull down, it's red. Okay, it's supposed to be yellow. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. So you need to play around and align it so that it works nicely.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how that works. Obviously you can use the normal foreground color green or so.
Can't use background color though, right?
On
text field maybe, but not on the view itself.
You can try it out. So now it's green. And if we say background color yellow, it works, but it's just
okay. It's just
I mean, if you put garbage colors in, then this is what comes out. But it's just the text.
Okay.
And you cannot. So you always have this black thing. They have to do it because you would see the cutout.
So normally you would put some kind of round icon in there.
Yeah, that's one thing to do. Yeah. I mean, you could do like a padding here. It's maybe too big padding. But so it's not that small. So that's something like that you could do.
How big is it? Do you know?
The height?
Yeah.
That was, I think, wasn't it in this one here?
I think we had it somewhere, yeah. Because it looks like it's not the 44 pixels you have normally.
Dynamic island.
Points. Expanded height.
Just the width in there. Where's the height?
I think it was above, wasn't it? There was some pictures where you had, I think. We don't have, No. height given as a range.
That's the not the dynamic island.
Ah, okay.
The dynamic includes the corner radius of 44 points.
Okay.
So most likely, if the radius is 44, I don't know.
Since it's completely round, it's supposed to be 88 or height, right?
Yeah, but
But
maybe
it doesn't
that's
look like
not true. Yeah.
that would be huge, actually.
Oh, that's not 88.
Yeah.
But if it would be 44, that would be crazy that they made the cut out exactly the 44 points, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it is. Okay. Let's do maybe here like smaller padding. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also round by default. I think you can.
What do you mean round? You mean the padding of the
No, the corner
text?
radius of the label.
Oh,
is
okay.
also. Let's check how much you can put in there. Oh, it's.
Oh, wow.
Why is it? So it size it then equally. Yeah, so that I think it would look off-centered if it's not doing this. So if you have a huge view on the left side, the right side also gets huge. Big. Can we go? Let's check this as well. Okay, then it does this. So it even hides the time.
Yeah.
And you see the moon.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe not do this. I'm also not sure if this will stay like this.
Yeah, that doesn't look correct.
Because I would still want to keep seeing the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you start 2?
Yeah, then it changes to minimal.
Ah, true, yeah.
So it's different thing.
Ah, okay.
But I mean, I can also put this in. Minimal. And check this. So start 2 activities. Yeah, no. really minimal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So min might be the max you can put in.
It's a min-max thing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's why it's called minimal.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Okay. Then the last thing to show basically is how to update it. And there I can only show half of it because the actual more powerful thing works with push notifications, remote push notifications. And then it goes automatically, but it does not work.
Why?
Why? Yeah, I didn't understand at first why it's not working. So maybe I will show it here how it works if I find the correct.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah, it's a separate.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have it on the left side as well.
Ah, yeah. So basically, you set up the app to receive push notifications, and if you have a server, you need to register a token, and the token you get from the activity. So from here, where is it? Here. This activity we get in here has a push token.
Ah, okay.
Attribute. And if you're not in the simulator, but on the device, this will be set if you provided additional push type parameter, which is optional, and which is token. So there's no other option than token.
Okay.
Besides none.
None.
So you can. So that's why you leave it out or specify token. And if you specify this, you should get a token. And this token you send to your push server, which is then used to send the push notification to your back to your app.
Okay.
But to of course, to be able to do this, you need to first ask for push notification permission and set up the app to support push notification. I will not go into the details on that today because it's not working. I tried because of simulator. That's why it's not working. Here you have then to set specific headers in a specific way. So this APNS push type needs to be live activity, and the APNS topic needs to be the bundle ID dot push type dot live activity. And the content you send is just a normal push notification,
which you could drop in on the simulator.
Yes.
As a few versions ago, yeah.
Yeah. So you can just create this file, call it APNS, and just drag and drop it onto the simulator. And with this, if it's you have to do one extra thing, maybe. So it will not work, but I tried it earlier with this one. So what you need to do is put this in, so that because usually if you send a push notification, you specify like here as well the bundle ID, which app it is delivered to. And if you just drag and drop it, it doesn't know where to go. So you need to specify it here. And I tried to also specify these, didn't work. But in the end, what is important, so this alert thing is the normal push notification, we all know. You don't need it. You can just have it in addition.
Okay.
What's important is this content state thing, which might sound familiar because it is just this content state thing. And
okay.
that's why it's codable. Maybe move this up again. I can have it in parallel. So in our case, it would just be value. And what it does, it is using codable to get this as a to create a content state out of this, out of the JSON, and then passes this to the live activity, and it updates. Because you then it's just a state change basically, and then this gets evaluated again. The context is different, it's different value, and it updates.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you shouldn't need to do anything in addition, but to test the remote push notification in simulator, we need a Mac that runs macOS 13.
I think I stopped reading at Mac with Apple T2 and Mac with Apple Silicon.
That is what I also did, and I have a Mac with Apple Silicon. So why does it not work?
That runs macOS 13. Okay.
I actually tried out the virtualization framework Apple has now. There's an example project which very easily allows you to set up a virtual machine with an Apple Silicon chip. And I installed the beta, the macOS 13, and Xcode, but then there was a different meeting, and then we had the stream. So maybe in some later stream I can show. Maybe we can show also this how easy it is to set up the a virtual.
I totally forgot about those projects. I think was it this year, last year, this year I think, right?
Maybe last year, because so with the M1s.
Yeah,
I think it was last year.
So there's an Xcode project which can actually virtualize macOS or Linux, which is pretty awesome. And
it is running really so you don't recognize the difference if it's your normal system or the virtual one. Maybe it's a topic for a different stream. So that is how you would actually properly update the activity also in the background. Because usually you see the live activity when your app is not running. So usually you do not open the app and update it there because you don't see it. So that's, I think, the main way how to update it. For example, delivery or so, and you get notifications about status updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can, without opening the app, you can directly show it in your live activity.
Ah, nice.
But there's also a way to update it in code. So with this activity thing we get here,
Mm-hmm.
you can store it in a property.
I think you have to remove the comma in the end.
Yeah. And with this activity thing, you can use update on it, but this is an async method, so we need a task around it and wait it. So and in this activity update call, you just give a new state.
Okay.
So I can update it to 2, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so the attributes stay the same. This is what is a static stuff.
Yeah.
And the update is done with the content state. And in here, you just pass in another content state.
Okay.
And if I do this and close it and open it, it's not 2. So not the 1 anymore that I said in here, but the 2. And you can not really use the app to update in the background because the app is suspended. So I tried it with a timer, and it then updates maybe once, but then the app is suspended and the timer is not running anymore. I mean, we can try it. Maybe inside the task. How's it go? Timer, schedule timer. Why is it this ugly?
What happened there?
I don't know. 1 second. Maybe let's do really fast timer. If it's true, maybe this gives us some more updates. True. And this is ugly, and then do that. Maybe I need the task inside there. Not sure. Let's do it like this. And then we say timer goes in here. We need a value count int no 0, and in here we say count one more and put the count here. Not sure if this will work. It's not great code, but it's just for. So if I tap it now, it should now very quickly increase the counter, but we don't see anything because it's not visible. If I close it and open it quickly, and now it's suspended. So well, it's a bit visible, and then also like this is too often. So
so it might be that we have to use audio playback, which is continuously running in the background.
Yeah,
something like that.
But not all apps have this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so your pizza delivery app maybe should not run in the background the whole time. But for example, the
but that could be updated with the push notification.
Exactly.
Right?
So you have these both in there. So for the other example would be the music app, which does not work with remote push notifications, but this is running in the background.
Okay. So as long as you have something running in the background, you can
just
somehow push or update it. Okay.
Yeah, you just keep a reference to the activity around and send updates.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And the last thing, let's remove. So I will remove this part. The other thing you can do with the activity object you get, we need a task again, is await. is to stop it. So you can update it, or you can end it.
Ah.
Why is it that broken? Okay. What is the type? Okay. So you can end it and you pass in a new state
Mm-hmm.
with 10, so
Mm-hmm.
just as a last update, I guess.
Okay.
And the dismiss policy is immediate.
Okay.
So if you want to just dismiss it,
Mm-hmm.
or after some time.
Ah, okay.
So you can say now, can I do like
+.second, isn't it?
this works. I don't know what 5 is, but it works. Okay. I hope not days. So if I start it,
Mm-hmm.
oh, too slow. What is this? Updating content state for activity. What's that? Okay. Anyway, start it. Close it. Maybe it's not 5. I mean, I can just do like a time interval since now 10 seconds. This should work.
Yeah.
Start, close, nothing.
Why is there something printed?
I don't know.
When you push the button, then this will
It starts it and ends it again, but it shouldn't be a problem. If I do this, no, but it's the other way around. Now it doesn't print it. Yeah, because it's oops. Now you know why it's not released yet.
Mm-hmm.
We can crash the system by this.
Oh wow.
Nice. Ooh. Okay, don't use a date in the past. I don't know why it's like not doing it like I would think it does. I mean, what we could do is like, is it like this? Do we need state? That activity is, what is the type of this one? Ah, yeah, it's like an activity with this. Optional. And then we just set it here. It's totally broken. And then we create another button. And put it in there. So it's optional, that's why I had to do this. So now I started. I close it. It's there. I go in. I end it. I close it. Oh, it's already closed.
That works. Why do you here have a end using and then you have a content state in it?
It's optional.
Yeah, but why would you have an?
I don't know. I mean, you
Does
can.
this mean the dynamic island will be updated and then after the dismiss policy it will close then, or will it close right before it updates with a new content state?
I mean, it makes sense if you have the pizza delivery again, and you get the final update, pizza delivered. Then it says, pizza delivered, enjoy your meal. And after 5 seconds, it goes away.
Ah, okay. So the content state will be updated right away, but then the dismiss
That's how I would think
makes
it works.
sense. Yeah.
But someone it does not. Let's check here. It is also failing.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
So
I
the
don't know,
latest.
but I think it's.
Yeah.
I don't. I tried different things now, and it's not fully working. So this ending part I also didn't try before, so I'm sure maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, but I think
But it's
I
ending
can
it. So
I can already picture a few ideas
yeah,
with this. Yeah, nice idea.
you need something that is worth keeping being updated in the
Yeah.
thing. One last thing to show. If we put a date in here, and assign it time interval, oh, a date like 60 seconds. I just need a date. And then let me check in what I tried out so that I don't do it wrong. Okay, but it's not directly related with the widget, but it's like a Swift UI feature. But if we go in here and say we use the leading, for example, and put in here the date, so context attributes date, and give it a style of timer, and maybe
Also removes the yellow.
remove the yellow. Yes, exactly. And to make it nice, one space. And then if I start it again and start the live activity, oh, it's too big. Where's the long thing coming from?
That's a very good question because is it?
It was because of the long text, but now the long text is gone.
Yeah. Could it be that the minimal, how big can we go, is the issue?
It's breaking it, maybe, yes.
Huh, interesting.
No, it's just broken.
It's just broken. Okay.
One last try. I restart the simulator. But I mean, you could already see what I wanted to show. No, it's, I don't know. So if you need a countdown or something to a specific date, like when it's delivered, you don't need to update it every second. You can just give it the timer style with the end date, and it will do it for you.
Nice.
So with things like that, you don't need as many updates as you would think.
Okay. Nice, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know why it's like this. It's like, why?
You just broke it.
Yeah. Why is it so big? Okay. Anyway, I think that's it.
Nice.
I am also running out of battery. So.
I think you started with 25%, so I think that's plenty. Very cool. Yes. Now I'm confused. Is this the one or is this
no, not this one. Yeah, this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Jonas, for this nice introduction to the dynamic island.
Yeah.
It was very helpful. Even though you explained most of it to me beforehand, I think now I understand it a lot better.
Yeah, it's in the end quite simple. Actually, I think the most challenging thing is to come up with a nice UI that works with the different states and make it look nice. Yeah. So in the more advanced examples, you would not do the UI within this big structure I showed, the dynamic alley thing. You would have separate views for it and structure that way. But yeah, and the update thing we will try when we have a way to test it.
Yeah, we don't have to run the macOS beta.
Yeah.
And I also saw that one of my favorite apps, Apollo, they have a pet pal. I think it went through through a few web pages that you will be able to have a little cat or a little animal on top of the dynamic island, which has nothing to do with the dynamic island
Yeah.
itself, but it's still a nice idea.
I mean, you
and of course,
focus, yeah. So in theory, you could also have it without the island, but it would just be behind the notch, or
have a little Spider-Man grabbing the notch from the iPhones before that. Yeah.
yeah. It's a funny idea.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Jonas.
Yes, I think on YouTube, maybe. So the last IO stream we cut into smaller pieces, because we had different topics, and I think should be one online now, or one more.
Let me see, because I'm not sure if I should actually open the page on.
Oh, you can do that.
I'm not sure what the sound will do.
There's no sound on this computer.
No sound on this computer.
And then next week, Andreas will be back.
Ooh, yes.
Also interesting. And the week after, we will most likely not stream on that Friday.
Yeah. So that week we are all really busy, and we
just don't have the time.
Don't have the time for it. Yes. And it looks like we're missing a video today on YouTube, as far as I can tell. The last one went online 3 days ago.
Maybe that's also. I'm sure it's a great video.
Yes, it's. I think it's an iOS.
Yeah, then.
Xcode 14, iOS 16 special. So yeah,
sounds good.
Very good. All right.
Then.
Wish you all a happy weekend, and for all the German people who are living in Germany, a happy long weekend. And see you soon.
See you. Bye.